Hey guys, this is Blake from Blake's Sectum, retro site for retro games. Today I'm bringing you another video of a very rarely seen game, and that is the Dune 2 Classic mod for the development version of OpenRA, which is very, very, very difficult to get working. And some of you may have come from either my other CNC videos or Dune videos in OpenRA. You may have heard me talking about how we utterly struggled a few months ago to get this working, and in the end we gave up and we managed to get the Red Alert 2 mod for the development version working, and we're able to have some fun games of that. But fortunately, one of the Dune 2 Classic developers saw us talking about it in the Red Alert video and gave us a better guide, and my friends and I were able to figure out how to get the classic mod working. And we had a 3-player game the other day, which I'll put a link to if you haven't seen it yet. I'll put a link to above and in the end card, so you can see that it was, that was our first test run of the mod, and we ended up discovering that it was pretty buggy and unstable and missing a lot of features, and it was quite fun and funny as well, because basically we discovered that that the combat tank is this artillery firing super death tank from hell that could basically one-shot kill almost every other unit in the game and most of the buildings. It was just insane. So straight away my two friends got killed pretty much, and I had, fortunately, just by luck, because I didn't know that would happen, had built a bunch of combat tanks and was able to fend off an attack, and I went on to win the map, which was just crazy because we thought we were going to die. We'd had a test run before that and we all instantly died. So, the sad part about it was that we weren't able to see all the future techs and the cool sort of super weapons and all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to try in this skirmish game on my own to try and show you guys and find out for myself, because I don't know. I'm going to see, and I'm basically going to attempt to do this by building a wall of combat tanks around my base and hoping that I can survive long enough to get to all the cool stuff and see if I can drop a nuke on someone, all that kind of stuff. Now, I just had a test game and I was able to dominate, so that's a good sign. So knowing my luck, I'll die instantly, and now that the internet's watching. But hopefully I'll have the same luck, because I saw some cool stuff, like the Atreides player was able to use an air attack on another player, and it looked utterly devastating. So I'm kind of worried that this time they'll pick me as the target, but we'll see how we go. So I'm going to do this map again, and I'm going to pick the concrete area because that is really handy to not have to worry about placing concrete. And I'm going to go, let me see, I'll stick with Harkonnen. It is tempting to be Atreides to get that wonderful air attack, but then I'm worried. I haven't seen whether the nukes are working yet or not, so knowing my luck, the nukes are working and the Harkonnen AI would drop one on me before I'm ready. I'm going to go Atreides player. Actually, I'm going to weaken you and put you in the bad spot this time, and I'm going to put the Ordos in the good spot. So we're going to go... I have no idea what Cyril, Radnor and Amon, if there's any differences in their abilities, the AI's abilities, but anyway, go there. So there's no teams, it's just free for all. I'm not going to have a 4th player, because that'll just increase the risks of me dying really quickly and not being able to show you guys and show myself some of the later techs. I'm just going to get rid of that. In our proper 3-player game we had the other day, we left it on pretty default options. So, but I'm going to, just switch some things for this sort of test game. Leave it on short game. I've given myself lots of money. Unrestricted tech level. All right, I think this is good. All right, let's roll. Oh, and also, I'd also point out that there's not many maps. I can't remember if clicking on that will wipe all the selections, so I won't click on it. But there's not many maps in this development version, but hopefully that'll continue to improve with the new releases. Let's roll. Here we go. Okay, here we go. Let's have a look. Alright, there's my 2 enemies. Now, there's one of the bugs we discovered, and this is that you can't build buildings, spaced out buildings, they have to be touching each other, which is really irritating, because in the original game you could, even in the original Dune 2, you could space out your buildings. You just had to build concrete out, and then it would let you. So and now this squishing the buildings together leads to several annoying issues, and one of them is a bug in that your unit producing buildings get jammed. They just stop building units, even though there's space around most of the building. They just seem to get stuck because some part of the building is squished. So to get around that, unfortunately I've got this big open space here, so I'm just going to build diagonally, and that gives the best chance of that bug not happening. So I'm building a refinery, and then I'm gonna work on that heavy vehicle factory. Oh, and I've got to update this as well. Alright, there we go. Bang. And heavy vehicle factory. Beautiful. Just got to get to those combat tanks as quickly as possible. And what else? I think next I'll do... That's right, I've got to do another wind trap. And then I can get the outpost up. What are my enemies up to? Now, as discussed in the other multiplayer video we did, as you can tell, there's no music, minimal sound effects. Most of them are just from the default June 2000 section of OpenRA, but there's still a few. You'll get the computer voices and things, but there's not many unit voices and stuff. Get some nice death screams though. But my tanks didn't seem to make any noise as I moved them around. I'm pretty sure that's not because we failed to install something, it's simply because it's not developed yet. So as you can already notice, I mean, the other issue is things are very small. I mean, the original Dune 2 assets are just so low res that it's just ridiculous. I mean, I've got this blown up on a 36-inch screen and I'm still sort of squinting at the screen. It's a bit ridiculous. So an easy option to double double up on the pixels, like the double res, like just zoom in, you know, would be wonderful. I'm pretty sure OpenRA doesn't have any default zooming options, but I'm not 100% sure on that one. But because I've seen people complaining about the resolution in the past, so I don't know whether there's some any setting or something that for the Dune 2 mod say that you could just sort of double all the pixels and result in it looking a little better. Put that there, and then we're going to go for, that's right, we need the barracks to get access to all the good stuff. Right, so we're going to put you there, and off you go. See, there's no acknowledged. Alright, starting to build up little troopers there. Now, for those who actually have come here and they don't know much about the Dune 2 fan game situation, if you're looking to play that stuff right now, I mean, let me put it this way, this is a nightmare to get working, and as you can see, it's fairly incomplete. So if you want the more complete experience, then I strongly recommend you have a go at either Dune Legacy or Dune Dynasty. Both of those are really good HD that one. HD Dune 2 remakes using, I believe they're both built from the Open Dune project, and they are really good. You can customize the resolutions and play Dune 2 in HD. They've Dune Legacy in particular has really nice graphical options. You can really customize everything to any size you want. It's got nice sort of filters you can put across to smooth out all the graphics as well if you do want to blow it up. And it's got the biggest, most important option missing from the original Dune 2, and that's Skirmish mode. So you can play really good skirmish games. And also both of those two projects support I'm going to build one of these. Both of them support what was I going to say? Oh, the 3 bonus houses. I'm trying to decide what I want to build next while I'm blabbering away. oh yeah, I was going to build another spice refiner. There we go. So yeah, now for those that don't know about that, famously back in the 90s, fans made a bonus campaign for Dune 2. It was called Super Dune 2, and it added 3 extra factions and their own campaigns and missions, and that was you could play as the Fremen, who were sort of good at controlling, like they could control worms and stealth and that kind of stuff. That was their sort of speciality, and they would have access to some of the super units. I think possibly the Atreides super unit and things like that. And then you got the mercenaries, who were really good at importing vast armies in on the cheap, and they had access, I think, to a few super weapons too, super units, sorry. And then finally, my favourite one, which was the Emperor's Sardaukar. So you might recall fighting them, the purple player at the end of Dune 2, where you could actually play as them, and they have access to all the super units of all the races, and of course they can build the mighty Sardaukar trooper. And each of them had like something like 20 mission campaigns, but it was notoriously buggy and half impossible to get working. So in the 2000s, fans redeveloped that and called it Super Dune 2 Classic, and they fixed all the bugs, made it playable, but it still had the flaw in that the cutscene briefings and stuff, it was still the original ones. Like you pick the Sardaukar and you still had the Harkonnen guy telling you about some Harkonnen mission and giving you tips and instructions that had nothing to do with the mission you're about to do. So fortunately, there's been some great work in the years since. Like fans got together and made Dune Extended. Oh, look at this! These guys are killing each other. Which I'm blabbering away so much I'm not playing. Here we go. Which basically is like almost like a spin-off sequel to Super Dune 2, and that once again you got 3 campaigns as those 3 bonus races, but they're entirely new missions, and they managed to change all the cutscenes and briefings to actually be new sort of characters giving you special missions. That you got a Fremen character which they took from the original Dune 1 game, and they got you've got a Sardaukar guy giving you your briefings, which they also took a military like Atreides character, funnily enough, from the original Dune game, and used him as a Sardaukar guy, and it's really really fun to play. But the problem is, if you want to play them, you've got to play them in the original Dune 2, which of course is a bit of a nightmare to play these days. All of us are used to CNC style controls and things. So fortunately, the Dune Dynasty project and the Dune Legacy project have done some great work to allow you to play those fan mods as well as the original Dune 2 in high resolution with CNC style controls. Well, what's happening? Oh no, it's just worm sign. Oh yeah, they're still going at it. He's not quite killed him off yet, but sure enough, it's just like my other game. The player who starts here without cement is really disadvantaged. Look at that. Carnage. I better get on to some super duper stuff. So I want a palace. That requires construction yard and an X-Lab. The X-Lab requires heavy factory upgrades. Let's get upgrading things. I want to get to super stuff. Super duper stuff. And we're still building our tanks. Got a sizable army now to keep me safe. Might build another tower. Oh no, I'm low on power, so let's build another there. Start building some more buildings. Oh, the X-Lab's just appeared. Excellent. Should start playing properly instead of talking. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some videos of both Dune Dynasty and Dune Legacy, and then I'll really be able to talk about them in detail. But I strongly suggest you check them out if you're looking for the ultimate Dune 2 experience. My personal favourite at the moment is Legacy, because Legacy has much better skirmish and graphical resolution options. It's just the interface is better. The skirmish options are amazing. Like really lots of good maps, and you can play 6-player Dune games with the 3 bonus races and the 3 original, which you just couldn't do. So it's just brilliant. Dune. However, its fallback is that while they've recently, I think, added the Super Dune 2 missions to it, and actually even changed the cutscenes to them and briefings and stuff, so that you've actually now got proper briefings for Super Dune 2, they still haven't added Dune Dynasty. So if you want to play Dune Extended, if you want to play Dune Extended in high resolution with CC controls, you're going to have to play Dune Dynasty to do that, because sadly Dune Legacy is not yet. Hopefully they will. In fact, I made a comment on their thing the other day asking if that's going to happen, so we'll see what they say back to me. But it'd be great, because if Dune Legacy add that, then I would say that is your #1 choice. Stick with that one and go no further because that'll give you the whole experience. But because it's a bit sort of flawed, because it's missing that feature, then Dune Dynasty is still very important to have. And the controls are very similar to Dune Legacy. They're very similar. Their interface is pretty good, but it just doesn't have quite as many resolution and customizing options. You can get a bit lost in their menus as well. But they're still pretty good too. And I probably will end up using it to play the extended missions at some point. Maybe do some videos of that too. Well, this is interesting. He survived. Although all his harvesters, look at that. They're all stuck and queuing up. But he must have been able to fend. Oh, because he built a combat tank, and that one combat tank probably destroyed the entire invasion force that Green had sent at him. That's funny. Alright, so what else do we need? Repair pad, and then that should give me access to some good stuff, hopefully. Oh yeah, it looks like I just need the X-Lab for this though, so that's good. Fortunately, the worms are all appearing in the centre, so by focusing my harvesting to the south, I seem to be relatively safe, thankfully. Alright, there we go. Super weapons! I was kind of hoping they'd take out the Atreides, because sooner or later they're going to get their super weapon, and it looked rather scary. I saw a bombing run. Originally, in my other test game, I had the Ordos and the Atreides the other way around, and the bombing run came and just took out the Ordos construction site and harvesting plants, and just like in one friggin' volley. I was like, damn! Like if that had happened to me, it would have been game over. So, and it was game over for that player. Atreides came along and swept him up. So, by putting the Ordos player on the better start, I've allowed this game to go for a bit longer. Which is good, because I'm approaching some good stuff now. Look at this, I got a massive tower. I mean, this is enough, I can tell you right now, this is enough to just go across and kill everyone. But, you know, the point of this game was just to see how much content there is, you know, how good, whether you can get to the super weapons, whether the starport works. I want to, you know, test all that kind of stuff with this one. So, you know, it may not be the most exciting games. If you guys are looking for something more exciting, then, you know, go check out the 3-player game we had. It was all over in like 15 minutes, pretty much, because it was a little too action-packed. So this time around, I'm pacing myself and making sure I get all the good stuff. So there we go. Now, where's my super weapon? Oh, there we go. Top left corner. Yeah, looks like we have a working death hand. And presumably it's probably just the Dune 2000 sort of death hand. The explosion will probably be that and everything, but we'll see. Might get the traditional explosion effect, because the Atreides Ornithopter bombing run was traditional Dune 2 explosion graphics. That's scary. So they got 2 combat tanks now. Ordos is going to be in real trouble if he doesn't build some combat tanks. And look at him, he's just fluffing around with jeeps and stuff. He's got a heavy factory. Why isn't he using it? Like, he's in real trouble if Atreides decide to attack. I mean, if they come down to me, it'll be a little bit scary, but I mean, look what I've got. I'm absolutely going to kick their ass if they even try it. Shit, I just used all my power, didn't I? Oh no, thankfully it's on 0, so everything hasn't slowed down. Right, so we've got a repair pad. I wonder if that works. I wonder if I can repair vehicles. We'll find out at some point. So what else how can I build? I can build a high-tech factory. I still got to build a light factory. And we've got a starport. And the war as well. So we've got to see what that's all about. I mean, I can already build Devastators, but I'm assuming that they're just useless compared with this combat tank thing, but perhaps I should try to get some. Let's drop this back down and build some Devastators. And let's see if rocket tanks work. We know that siege tanks are practically useless. Oh man, look at that. Ordos are in trouble. Ordos are gonna die, unless he comes for me. But he's in for a world. Oh, here we go. Oh mate, you're in for a real shock. Bang! Oh dear. Oh, no, I'm going to keep everything away from that heavy factory. I am paranoid after discovering that bug in the other game. Keep it nice and spaced around that heavy factory. Right, so I've got more power, so now let's build a high-tech factory. I find myself wanting to hum Dune 2 music because it's missing. Oh no, here we go. Here we go. I mean, he might have these missile turrets. I mean, I'm not even sure. I haven't even seen a missile fire yet in this Dune 2 mod, so we'll see how effective it is. Yes, it's going to need to be, because that one combat tank could probably annihilate this whole base. It's so imbalanced. The game's so imbalanced. Here we go. Come on. Oh, that missile's actually pretty good. Look at it. It's kind of... Oh, what? Oh, dear. I just realized there's like a carrier just sitting there. Like it's stuck. Like, what the hell? Oh, wow. He managed to take out the combat tank. He's got a chance, but it's a pretty stuffed chance. So it looks like the missile turrets are pretty effective. Oh, get stuffed, mate. Come here. Bang. So the siege tank does have a longer range than the combat tank. I'd love to see how effective a Devastator is, so let's send the Devastator up. Let's send him up and go and shoot. We'll see if the super duper combat tank cheat allows him to just one-shot kill a Devastator as well. So that gives me what? Carriels. Build a couple of them. I've probably been getting silo warnings, haven't I? Because it's just sitting on 5,000, so I better deal with that, hey? Oh yeah. Now you're in trouble. He's still harvesting though, but he just... I mean, he's lost his heavy vehicle factory. Not that he was using it. Oh boy. Alright, right, yeah. This will be hilarious, probably. Let's send the Devastator over. And a couple more of them. A couple more of them. Oh, stuff it, build a couple of siege tanks, even though we've seen how useless they can be in this version. There. Silo. There we go. Build another silo. Actually, no, stuff the silo. Let's build a starport. It's 50 power. Still got enough. What's he waiting for? Oh yeah. Oh, they've taken out the rocket tower. Oh, the worm just ate someone. Pity didn't eat the combat tank. He's building up a little impressive little army, isn't he? I should just send the Devastator into his base, but stuff it. Why not do that? He's just too slow. And by the time he gets over there, there'll just be so much. Oh, let's... Come on. Oh, very nice. So it looks like the Devastator's got a pretty similar crazy sort of attack. Let's see how quickly he kills this building. I mean, it's already at half strength, so this will be funny. Buildings just seem way too weak. What the Oh, now this, here we go. Showdown. There's a combat tank on the way. Here we go. Here we go. See who one-shot kills who. Oh, I managed to one-shot him, but he also oh wow, that's a fast recharge. Look at that. Oh man, I'm going to keep building. Alright. So, Devastators are, appear to be as powerful as the ridiculously overpowered combat tanks. But, geez. That one shot from the combat tank, I mean, it nearly killed him. But of course, what makes them better then is the fact that they have the repair. So, why is he waiting? I should just bloody... Hang on, no, I'm not. Why don't I grab a couple more? Why don't I save the autos, just for fun? I'm probably going to get swallowed by a worm. In fact, don't be too stupid, Daniel. Just leave some stuff behind. Actually, I wouldn't mind seeing a rocket tank in action. The computer doesn't seem to be using them. Whereas the computer friggin' loves rocket tanks in the original Dune 2, doesn't he? There's worm sign, so go, go, go. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Oh no, the worm's coming. Now, while that's exciting stuff's happening, I need to make sure I'm continuing to build things. We still need a light vehicle factory. Here we go. Oh shit. Kill things. Kill, 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 kill. Bang, bang, bang. There you go, tradies, suck on that for a bit. Why don't I just harm his production capacity as well. Bang, 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 bang. And then I'll go and get this attack force. Oh, the worm's chasing after my Devastator. I built them. Oh, look at that. I can order in some stuff. Missile tank. I'm gonna order via the starport a mobile construction vehicle. And another harvester. Oh yeah. You guys in trouble now. Go get the combat tank. Bang! Bang! There you go. I saved you. I'll just park my army here. I mean, the worm might go after them, but I'm just going to keep Ordos alive for a bit longer. Might reveal some interesting technologies. So, let's see. So we're building a... what is that? Oh yeah, just thought it was the construction site for a sec. Where can I put that? Put it there. That gives me a bunch of crappy jeeps and things. Upgrade that. So, have I built everything now? I haven't built the war, have I? Oh, and I got a death hand ready. I'm playing with the sound on low right now, guys, so it doesn't stuff up the audio recording, the microphone recording, sorry. So I'm missing a lot of audio cues. It's very Dune 2000 mentality, because in Dune 2 the siege tank was basically just a stronger tank that you would use, whereas in Dune 2000 they made it into a sort of a mobile artillery kind of unit, and you can tell that they're behaving still in that Dune 2000 manner, and they're just shooting artillery, and they're weak as well. That was the other thing. I mean, siege tanks were these strong tanks that could take hits. You basically, you know, would use them instead of a combat. Oh, here we go. The computer's built a rocket tank. Excellent. Missile tank. Go on, use it on me. You know you want to. Come on, use the tank. Ooh, we've got a combat tank incoming. Oh yeah, and I brought my missile tank up too. Just want to see how effective they are and what their range is. He hasn't fired yet. Oh, bang! What did that do? That's pretty effective, actually. Not bad. Not bad. It's weird how they... it's funny, the animation, how it kind of goes whee like a rainbow. I'm going to pull back a bit. I just want to make sure I've got every sort of thing at my disposal, and then I'll just kill everyone in the next few minutes. A war. So what does that get? Oh, that'll get me, I suppose, the hardcore troopers and the... Oh, I've got access to the Sardu car. Very nice. Got a few of them, shall we? Wonder what they look like. Oh, they'd probably just have the original graphics, wouldn't they? Trooper squad. Upgrade that. Anything left? Let's see. Have I missed anything? Got that, got that, got that, got that, got that, got that. Didn't bother to build any walls. Got that, got that. I didn't bother to build a gun turret, but it doesn't really matter. Heavy factory, of course I've got that. High-tech factory, built one of them. Built that. X-Lab. Got that. Oh, minimap's not working. What if I use the other mouse button? Oh, that worked. Look at these sneaky buggers. I knew they were siege tanking me from afar. Yeah, well, you'll be dead in a minute, mate. I'm going to drop a nuke on them first, though, just for fun. Alright, so got that, and I'll build a palace. So yeah, alright. Looks like we've discovered that they've implemented pretty much everything. So let's see if the nuke works then, shall we? Where's his construction site? There. Here we go. Nuke's on its way. Oh, there it is. I got to see it launching. destroy them. Do it. Here we go. Oh! That is powerful. Ridiculously powerful. Normally a construction site in June 2000 can survive a hit from that. That is actually, now is definitely the right time to attack with like, what was it, 4? He had like 4 starports. He would have been able to just summon in so many frigging combat tanks. Oh, I could have been in trouble, but look at that. We got him now. Bye bye, Atreides. He never got to, he didn't use ornithopters in this game. That's a pity. Would have been, as much as I didn't want them used on me, it was a pity I couldn't let you guys see what I saw in my test game when those ornithopters flew over and blew up all my stuff. I was like, what the hell? Get that heavy vehicle factory. Don't worry about the harvesters just yet, Daniel. There we go. Autos haven't really recovered, have they? Okay. Cyril is defeated. He must have run out of money. What's this harvester doing? Bug alert. Because he's got a... maybe the harvester can't get to the spice refinery anymore because of that whole blockage bug. I don't know. But, or maybe it's because the carriel's stuck. This carriel's meant to be picking him up and taking him here, and it hasn't happened. Or that one. That one's stuck too. What happened with the carriels I built? Are they even working? No, look at that. The carriels aren't working. They just sit there. Well, there's another bug. Right, let's get in there. Finish this thing off. I got another death hand. What the hell? How did I get another one? They're 30-second death hands. Okay, maybe they've just left that on for testing purposes or something, because that's ridiculous. 30-second death hands. My God, I didn't even notice that when I first got it. I just didn't even look at the timer. Isn't that ridiculous? And hang on a second. That's, oh yeah, you know, that's fine. Yeah. Wow. Okay. Well, look at that. Look at it. There's another one. There's another one already ready. My goodness. Oh dear. Oh. Gun turret killing my tanks. Boom. Bye bye. You're dead. And scores aren't working, as we discovered in a multiplayer game the other day. Well, there you go. That worked. I survived. I was able to show you guys over half an hour almost the full extent of where the June 2 Classic mod for OpenRA is at, and you know, as you can see, it's fun, but there's still a lot of work to do. So if you're someone really keen to play skirmish games and just the original campaigns, because obviously you can't really access them through this mod. If you want the campaigns and the cutscenes and briefings, everything, you want it all in lovely HD, then I recommend you go try out the Dune Legacy mod, and I'll have a video of it in the end card of here, so you can go check it out. And it's also on my website. I've got all the download links and pictures, so you can check out all the different Dune fan projects. I cover so many more out there as well. There's heaps, massive list. I've only just mentioned here like just the best ones. And Dynasty, check that out too. I'm going to do a video of that. And yeah, it's the Dune universe is just one of those, another one of those areas where the fans are just creating so much awesome content when the studios, the professional studios, are not. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope to do a follow-up video one day of this with a much more complete and fun to play version. I'll probably do it with my mates again. We'll play a fun multiplayer game, and yeah, thanks for watching. Bye.